Hey there, YouTube. This is Frank Saguda again. Um, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things, wrestling related. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a wrestling series of videos that I wanted to make, and they're gonna be strictly, like I said, wrestling. Not all my videos are gonna be about wrestling, but I'm gonna put them on a playlist on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna name him something eventually, but it's gonna be a wrestling video. I might title it Raw and other stuff or something like that. But anyways, let me just get into it. So I might have a limited time because I tried recording this before and it freaking cut me off, and it's my second time. But I'm gonna give it a try again. And please subscribe if you like the video. If you don't like the video, give it a dislike. I mean, if you like it, thumbs up on the something up somewhere up there or down here. I don't know where it's at. There's also a thumbs down. If you don't like it, give it a like positive criticism or something like that. So just yeah, let me know what goes on and if somebody's even watching it. But this is my opinion and this is what I feel about Raw, what happened on Raw, and how I think it should be. Like I said, I'm not no professional. I never laced up the boots myself. I would if we'll see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling school's pretty expensive, but yeah, I'd like to go there someday. But yeah, let me just jump right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the main event of Raw this last week. I really enjoyed it, honestly. I don't know what anyone else really thought. I haven't listened to Stone Cold podcast, Unleashed, on podcast one. I haven't listened to his review of it yet for the week. I don't know if he watched Raw this week or not. Oh, I think he's actually filming that Broken Skull challenge, and that's wonderful. I was actually thinking about checking that out. But back into what I was talking about, wrestling. What I thought about Raw this week was like I said, let me just jump into the main event. Excuse me for jumping back and forth. That's kind of how I am. I have a short attention span or whatever it's called. Yeah, and but I liked the whole match. I liked it because when there's heated rivalries like a Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns, I actually like this rivalry a lot because it reminds me of something similar to Stone Cold and Triple H. Those are my top favorite two favorite wrestlers. Badass. I just like the intensity of them, and I like a lot of things about them, but they have this attitude to them. Attitude era wrestlers too. I would I would give this match a really high rating, but I don't know really how I would rate it because I don't rate matches. I just think it's good or bad. I don't like comparing it to other matches, but this was a really entertaining match to me. Like the spot that really sticks out to me. I'm sure a lot of people that watched Raw on Monday, or at least watched the matches on Monday, were the part when Braun Strowman hurled that rolling chair, that office chair looking thing at Roman Reigns' face, and I give both of them props for that. Like, what I'm saying? First of all, Roman for taking the bump, because that's not gonna be. I mean, even if it's a padded chair, what I'm saying? I'm sure it's gonna again, the way Braun Strowman, that beast, hurled that damn chair at him, like the announcer said, it looked like he hurled it like a baseball, and that's exactly how it looked. And I really enjoyed that match. I had a lot of high entertaining spots, and that came from the spear that Roman was actually going for around the ring. You know what I'm saying? And then and then there was a table spot. The Samoan drop through the table. They battled throughout the arena a little bit. I like that. I like it when, like I said, it reminds me of the Triple H Stone Cold, kind of like a No Mercy 1999 match that they had. I always confuse the years, but that was a really entertaining match to me. And the big part at the end when Roman speared Braun Strowman as fast as he ran down that ramp. I know it was a ramp, but he got up quick and he fucking speared the shit out of Braun Strowman. Braun's a big guy like that. Fuck, man, that was a freaking hellacious spear. And I Roman, you know what I'm saying? That's another reason why I like Roman, you know what I'm saying? His intensity, how he, like, you know, I like the spear. I like it. He's probably got one of my favorite spears that I've seen in wrestling ever, you know what I'm saying? And I've been a fan since 2006, and I know some history about some other wrestling, but I've actually been watching it since 2006. That's when I started watching, and he's got one of the best spears. You know, I like Batista's spear, but Roman Reigns has got a special one too. And you know, the match ended with Samoa Joe locking the coquina clutch over the barricade security wall and starting to choke out. He just like came out of nowhere. Honestly, I was surprised when I first seen that. I was like, damn, what the fuck? I'm surprised the fans didn't give it away the way, like, you know, if they see somebody coming through the crowd, I'm surprised they didn't freaking, like, but some people look shocked when they're, like, I looked at some of the people's expressions, I kind of rewinded it a little bit, and freaking, I seen some of their expressions on their faces, they're like, yo, bro, I like it when people are surprised. They're like, you know, I don't like it when, I like being surprised, you know, like, but yeah, freaking, honestly, if there's one thing I had to criticize about this match, honestly, like, you know, there's a Fatal 4-Way coming up, obviously, at SummerSlam in a few weeks. Lesnar, Strowman, Samoa Joe, and Roman Reigns. You know, I was hoping that freaking, that we'd get, like, you know, all four of them brawling in the arena. Maybe we'll get that next week on Raw, the last week, the go-home show before SummerSlam. I would like to see that, them all brawling with each other next week, like how Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman, I forgot his name. He's one of my favorites in the roster today. But yeah, hope we get a big brawl on Monday with all four of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I like it when I see them like just destroying everything in sight. You know what I'm saying? Like, awesome stuff. You know, and but yeah, like, you know, the criticism I would put is that I wish that Samoa Joe would have attacked Braun Strowman, not just Roman Reigns, because, you know, I mean, if you're gonna make Roman the face of the company, I'm sure, you know, you want him to look like maybe they're gonna attack. I don't know if Brock Lesnar's a face or a heel right now, but I don't know. I just like him because he's an ass, like, you know how he said when he came back to WWE in 2012. You know what I'm saying? He's not a superstar. He's an ass kicker. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like from Brock Lesnar. But, you know, if they're gonna take the title off of Lesnar on at SummerSlam, I'd hope that Lesnar dominates them all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think, not just completely just run through them like ragdolls and stuff, but I'd be hope that in that brawl, if they have a brawl on Monday with all four of them, you know, that they, you know, that they have Lesnar like standing tall at the end of it. That's like I said, you know, I think Samoa Joe just attacked Braun Strowman too, because honestly, like, they're all against each other. They're not gonna be partners at SummerSlam, and there's a big title on the line. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I was hoping that, but that's not what I got. But I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed that whole part of Raw. You know, there's some other parts of Raw. I'm just gonna go over the highlights though, because I don't want to make this video a lot long. I'll also very long. My bad. But I'll make another wrestling video, maybe tomorrow or something. Maybe whenever I can get to it. Whenever I can get to finishing watching SmackDown and NXT, I want to go over that too. Maybe I'll make 2 different videos. But yes, I also want to talk about the number 1 contenders match that's set. You know, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, they both won triple threat matches on Monday night, and I think that's, you know, I think it's good that they actually earned it though. You know what I'm saying? They made them look like they actually earned the spots. You know, like I mean, they're all hard workers and they all deserve shots. You know, like, you know, they all work their asses off. But I'm just saying, I'm glad that they actually booked it to look like somebody. You know, I'm a little disappointed that you know, I wish Bayley was in the SummerSlam main event for the women's title, but she's not gonna be there due to an injury. I don't know if that's kayfabe or if that's real, but I wonder. But it don't matter too much. I like being surprised, and you know, I was actually thinking that they should go somewhere like I was actually thinking that the Raw was gonna have Hell in a Cell pay-per-view this year. By the way, no, I think that's a terrible idea for a pay-per-view that they've had since 2009, I believe, or 10, one of the 2 years. But I've heard it's compared to Lockdown from TNA, the old days in TNA. I don't know if TNA even has that. I haven't watched TNA in a long time. But yeah, what I'm saying. But I think WWE Hell in a Cell is different. I think Hell in a Cell is something that it's put an end to big rivalries that should that need to be ended. A score that needs to be settled. And that's why I've always liked Hell in a Cell for. Edge and Undertaker settled that score. Batista and Undertaker settled their score. Orton and Undertaker. Undertaker's been in the majority of the Hell in a Cell. Triple H as well. Triple H, Batista, Hell in a Cell. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, that's probably my favorite Hell in a Cell. It went long as fuck, and I honestly liked it. Not just the ladders and tables in it, but those guys beat the hell out of each other. It looked like it was two guys literally hating each other, and that's the magic of wrestling. You gets you hooked in. That's what I love about wrestling, when it gets me hooked in, and I'm like, damn. Almost after it, I'm like, damn, it's entertainment, I know, but damn, this got me really hooked, but yeah, like I said I was kind of hoping that it would be, a tag team Hell in a Cell, after SummerSlam, maybe whoever comes out victorious. No, I was actually thinking Asuka, because I seen a comment on Facebook on an account, that maybe they should call her up to Raw, maybe have her, vacate the title. She said she's done everything she could do in NXT. That'd be cool if she could do that and come up and be. But no, that's not what's gonna happen, because freaking we already got a number one contender that's gonna be crowned on Monday. But that would have been cool, I think, if they would have done that. Had Asuka be a surprise opponent for her at SummerSlam. Maybe have Bayley, still show up on Raw and act like she was gonna be the contender, but at SummerSlam, she might be the contender, but that's not what's going to happen anymore. They already have a contender match on Monday, set for Monday. And I think I would like to see Nia Jax, show her dominance as a monster, as a monster lady, squashing every opponent in her path, like she did in that gauntlet match. But I also want to see Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. They have I heard it was a real rival. They have real heat, but I don't know. But I just want to see what's up with that match, because it's gonna be entertaining at SummerSlam. I'm really looking forward to the Raw side of SummerSlam, and I know some of the matches set up for SmackDown, but I think honestly the Raw side is just they're both good, but I don't know. I'm just looking forward to a lot of things going on in Raw. But yeah, and there's one more. I guess I could just talk about. I can give a shout out to the Chris Jericho podcast. I actually listened to it yesterday. It was pretty. I like hearing views of other people, not wrestlers but fighters too. I like hearing what they say about things. Mike Tyson. He talks about a lot of stuff. He grew up as a fan. Saying when he was a kid. And he talks about how how Jericho. Jericho and Tyson versus DX in 2009 when he came to guest host Raw. I remember when I was watching that live. That was fun. I used to love times back. I loved watching matches live when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Live on Raw. I used to just sit down. My dad used to watch it with me. It was pretty fun when I loved watching wrestling, and I still love it to this day. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love when. But yeah, and he also talks about Mike Tyson. Also talks about my favorite. The reason why I like Mike Tyson the most is because in 1998 WrestleMania 15, 16, no, 14, WrestleMania 14. But Shawn Michaels and he turned on Shawn Michaels and DX and ripped off the DX shirt with the Austin 316 shirt under there. He talks about that stuff. He talks about his favorite boxer. Some other stuff too on that podcast. Just go check it out for yourself. I know I might listen to it a couple of different times because I love re-listening to things, re-watching things. But yeah, just either give it a like, dislike, or comment what you don't like or don't like. And Subscribe if you want, and that's it. Um, I'll end the video now because it's going over 15 minutes. And thanks for watching. Peace.